Okay, couple really cool updates. First of all, the lights are going to turn off here in a second. It's a long story. But I'm in the Orion capsule outside the Lunar Gateway Station. Here it goes. We're orbiting the moon, just like before, but what's interesting about this one is that moon is entirely procedurally generated now. I tried to use a couple plugins and I just could not get them to work for Android. This one does, because I made it from scratch. It's not perfect, but it is definitely a step in the right direction and solves a huge problem I was trying to figure out. Also, on display I have these buttons that I have also made from scratch because I could not get the Meta Interaction SDK to work properly. And as you can see, I can press them, and they actually respond well, way better than the UI widgets before. And that makes me really happy. And toggle this ship hole. Here we go. Stop. Here we go. That's just one example. And but let me show you the planet. I can't show the wireframe in this mode because this is a shipping build on Android. This is running on the standalone headset, which in itself is pretty great. And as you can see, we actually have a solid 72 frames per second. The occasional dip, but considering this is where it's at, I'm actually really pleased with that. So the first thing I need to do is just a quick deorbit burn, which is why I'm pointing backwards. If I turn the engine on, you can see bye-bye space station. And I'll just slow down enough to about there. That's enough to kind of get us to land over that way. It's going to take a while, so I will do time compression. But yeah, so what you're going to see is as we get closer to the moon, it will generate new geometry, and this will help us maintain detail as we get closer and closer. This is already an 8K texture, and you can see in VR it's not holding up very well. Still working on that. And as you can see, there's already tearing going on. That's literally where a higher level of detail is compared to the next one. And I have solutions to work on fixing that, but right now, this is what you see. Alright, so let's go a bit faster and just speed up here because we'll slowly get closer. And as we get closer, we will also begin to see more detail unfold. You'll probably see the occasional bit of flashing like that. This is also just new lots being generated. I have a way for that too, but there we go. As we get closer, you'll also begin to see, and I'll slow down in just a second here. There we go. Down there, there's a medium detailed texture that kind of begins to show up. It's just a test right now, but it's getting to the right place. I'm just going to turn the ship around so we can kind of see things a little bit better. And I'll actually, you know what, I'll roll it too, because when we get down low, this will actually be very, very cool. Yeah. So, right on. And as you can see, we're actually coming down fairly fast. We're still moving at 1 kilometers per second. Most of that is forward. I don't have reverse engines working yet, but as you can see, even over there, that crater has 3D depth. Both those craters, actually, for that matter. And this is actually one of the cool things, because in the previous versions of the planets, they were basically just a sphere with a texture. And this is kind of the only way I can do this such that it works on a standalone headset. And hey, you know what? It's working. And that makes me very, very happy. And as we get closer, we're actually, ironically, going into the Sea of Tranquility. I'm actually gonna slow down a little bit more too, because there's a ground texture that will show up as well. And let's see, getting very, very close. Go some at the half speed, even closer. There we go. Oh, let's see if I can really slow down. Okay, so I don't think I can go any slower than this, But there we go. And so now as we get close, when you land the ship, there will actually be a ground texture that kind of spawns in, and that's really cool too. And this is actually pretty close to what it would have been like for Apollo 11. So there's some hills off in the horizon, but they chose a very flat area for a reason. And yeah, so textures are just temporary, and right now we actually can't land, so we're just going to go through this. But there you go. Very, very cool. Very happy with this progress. More updates to come. Hope you guys get a chance to see those.